Hey, what's up, fam? This is Nick the Nomad, your Seoul Miguk-in. So I'm originally from Oregon in the US, but I haven't really lived there for quite a while now. Um, I live in Seoul, South Korea, but I've only been here for about 2.5 years. Before I came here, I was a Peace Corps volunteer in Tanzania for about originally two, and it ended up being 3.5 years by the time I got done. Before that, I lived in Japan for a year, my third year of undergrad. Um, so yeah, I've been kind of out of the States for a while now. So like this is really my home. um, but yeah, so I came here in March of 2006 to study Korean. So I've liked language for a long time. I started with Spanish and then Japanese and then Chinese, uh, Swahili in Tanzania, and now Korean. Um, but so I really like language, and I was like, okay, well, I got to either start grad school or find a job or do something else like for temporary money in the States. So I was like, dang, well, I could work for the post office, which I applied for, and got accepted. And then I was like, but dang, like I'm not gonna get a better time to go to Korea. So I was like, I bought a ticket. I was like, let's go for 3 months from March to I got my ticket back for June, beginning of June, when my like right before my visa would expire, the tourist visa. Um, so I was like, okay, let's go see what happens. When I'm over there, I'm gonna hear back from the two grad schools I applied to in the States, and then I'll make my decision if I get in, which one I'll go to, and if I don't get in, we can see what other options are available. So I get over here. Um, right away, things are at first it's kind of hard, like right off the bus. I don't know any Korean, never studied it I still okay, I studied it for like 2 weeks, maybe 3 years, or like 5 or 6 years before that, like a year or two before I went to Tanzania. But never really got past like the alphabet really, so I didn't know any words. I couldn't remember how to say thank you or hello or anything. So I mean, I get off. All right, I get on the bus, like the airport limousine, because that's the only thing I know. I don't. It's too late for the. I get in at like 11 o'clock at night or something. So I don't know anything about the subways. I can't read anything. So I'm like, okay, I know where the bus is. The ticket person at the ticket counter spoke a little bit of English, so I got my ticket for like $10 and got on the bus, the right bus. I was like, show the map where I'm going, and like, is this where I want to go here? And they're like, okay, get on this bus. So I get on, and I'm like chilling, and at some point I realized that it seems like they're not stopping at every station, because if nobody needs to get off, then they don't stop. And then, so I'm like, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do, because if they miss my stop, I'm not gonna know it. So I hear something, like they say the bus stop name, which I don't know where I'm supposed to be. Like I know my school is Chungang University, but I hear the bus stop name, and I'm like, okay, that doesn't sound right. And then like in the description of the bus stop, they say something. I think I hear Chungang in there. And so I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I should probably ask. So I like asked this guy in front of me. I'm like, hey, is this where Chungang University is? And he's like, yeah, get off, get off. So I'm like, oh, stop. And so I get off at what I hope is the right stop, and I'm like walking around. I see, someone helps. I see someone right out of the bus stop, and I'm like, Chungang University. And so he points to the hospital. There's a Chungang University Hospital, like really close to the bus stop. If you walk down the street a little bit, it's visible. So I was like, okay, that looks right. So I go there, and then I have no idea where to go. So, I finally, I'm like standing around, like, oh, where do I go? With my 2 suitcases. I'm tired after the freaking, 15 hours of flying over the Pacific. And, so, I finally found someone to point me in the right direction. So I make it to the front gates of school. But then I'm like, okay, where's the Kisuksa? Where's the dormitory? I don't know Kisuksa. I don't know that word at that time. And so I'm standing around trying to be as obviously lost as I possibly can. Looking around, whoa, where am I supposed to go? Looking for somebody who looks like they might help me. So I finally find these 3 girls that are walking together. I'm like, okay, can you please help me find the dormitory? I have no idea where I'm going. And so they kind of point me in the right direction. They point me in a direction. It's up these stairs. And I'm like, I'm not carrying my luggage up these freaking stairs. So I'm like, this way looks like it might go kind of the same way. So I'm like, there's a slope instead, so I can roll my luggage up this slope by the road on the sidewalk. So I keep going. I'm walking up this road, and then I finally get up and I see where I'm supposed to go. So I finally make it after an hour of being near the school for an hour, and then I finally get there. It's like a 15-minute walk if you know where you're going. But so that's what happened when I first got here. And that first week, I didn't even take the subway for a week, because I was just okay, let's figure out what's around here. I was worried about going to the wrong spot and getting stuck and all this stuff. So I was like, let's be safe. I was sorry, every day classes didn't start yet. So I was okay, we'll walk around. Today I'm gonna go check out where the restaurants are, because I needed to get some food. And I found some little tonkatsu places. It's this pork. It's a deep fried pork with this special sauce, kind of Japanese, Koreanized, Japanese-sized Chinese food or something. I had it for the first time in Japan, but I don't know if it originated there for sure. Anyways, so I didn't even get on the subway for a week. But I was, I don't know, I knew some people here when I got here, but everyone's busy, so I wasn't really in contact with anybody. So I somehow I found, I was looking for part-time jobs I could start while on a student visa. So I ended up meeting a lady who runs an academy. We met online, actually on Tinder. So her Tinder profile was just looking for new teachers, which was kind of crazy. I've never used Tinder too much before I got over here, but I was just okay, let's see if we can find some people to hang out with. And so I saw her on there, and I was dang, I don't have a job. Let's go check it out, see how it is. And so she was we started talking, and she was yeah, when can you come down? Can you come down this Friday? So this is the Friday after I get to Korea. The next one, second Friday, because I didn't go anywhere the first week. But so I was yeah, let's go. Let's see how it is. And so I went down there, and then I started teaching every Friday from the next week. So right off the bat, when I get to Korea, things are just going way better than I expected. And yeah, I mean, then classes started about 2 weeks after that. So I had like 2 weeks to kind of get used to stuff a little bit. And then I started with the freaking alphabet, like A, I, O, E, like those kind of things. And yeah, and now it's freaking 2.5 years. I can speak a little bit. So yeah, things are going way awesome, like way better than I could have expected. I'll do another video with what comes next, I guess. Hope you like this. If you have questions, anything you wanna like hear about, like just add some comments, I guess, and I'll do my best to answer. Yeah, thanks a lot. This is Nick the Nomad, your Seoul Miguk-in, signing out. Thanks for watching.